The Tokyo 2's journey started with this man, a former crew member on board Japan's flagship whaling vessel, the Nishin Maru. In a highly sensitive and secretive industry, he blew the whistle on crewmates who he says were stealing whale meat from the scientific whaling program. The former crewman calls himself Kajira-san, or Mr. Whale. Foreign correspondent agreed to hide his identity. Kajira-san was a butcher on board whaling ships. He knew the best cuts, and he says he watched as fellow crewmen helped themselves.
一人で500キロ、600キロが当たり前のように持ち出されてるんで、自宅で食べるにはちょっと多すぎると。まあ隣近所に配る人もいるようですけども、その個人送り先がその個人の住所ではなく、ここに使ってると伝票が、ということはこれは明らかに売買しているということは、あとまあクジラ肉って家を建てたっていう話も聞いてます。
Foreign correspondent went to great lengths to corroborate this whistleblower's claims. We travelled across Japan to meet another veteran whaler, prepared to break ranks. This man, who we'll call T-san, served in the whaling fleet for 35 years. He says the corruption started at the very top of Japan's scientific whaling program.
毎日入っていったらそこに箱があったんですよ。外見の職員の名前書いた箱が。でそれなんだろうなと思ってポッて突っ込んでみたら肉が入ってる。
He told the judges that officials from the Institute of Cetacean Research would each take at least 15 kilograms of the best cuts of whale.
ここはまあ赤肉なんですけど。尾っぽがまあちょうど運動量が一番激しいところですからそこの肉ですよね。そこもう最高級品ですから超悪いことだけど個数がものすごく多かったじゃないですかね。その持って帰った個数が我々なんでこんなことやってるんだというそういう気持ちだったですよね。もうだから会社も何もかももうこれはもう抑えられなくなってるんじゃないかなと思ってね。
Armed with this explosive information from the whistleblowers, Toru Suzuki and Junichi Sato followed the trail all the way to northern Japan.
So we started following the boxes offloaded from the Nishin Maru to the house of the crew members.
They tracked one box marked as containing cardboard to a courier depot. Then they made their move.
そうです。自分で、見つけてもこれは本当にもう見逃せないということで、証拠としてね確保したわけです。
When we opened up, it was 23.5 kilo of whale meat, and the whale meat was called unesu, which is quite popular, which is quite, how to say, precious. After seeing the contents itself, we thought, wow, this is quite a big scandal. We need to expose it in a way that public can see it. And that's where we decided to keep the box.
Greenpeace estimates the value of the meat inside the box at as much as $3,500, and it was just one of more than 90 boxes taken by the crew. After showing the whale meat to the media, Sato and Suzuki handed it over to prosecutors who promised to investigate.
And when we started talking, the prosecutor was quite interested and quite enthusiastic to uncover this corrupted program. So I thought, okay, we did right thing. This guy is quite interested. So I thought, the result would be also good.
But the result wasn't good for you, was it?
No, not at all. In fact, they dropped the case against those crew members, but on the same day, Toru and myself was arrested.
The tables had turned dramatically. The campaigners were now accused criminals.
So how did you feel when not only were you arrested, that you later discovered that the prosecutors had dropped any investigation against the crew members?
Well, I was furious for that. I was shocked, but I couldn't express that anger to the outside.
警察員がですね、たった2人の活動家を逮捕するのに75名も動員されて、やっぱり本当にとんでもないことだなと思いました。
For almost a month, Suzuki and Sato were held incommunicado behind the closed doors of the justice system.
毎日毎日もう本当に10時間ぐらいですね、取り調べを受けました。
How long were you held for?
26日間ですね。
Basically, I was in a small room without any windows, attached to the, chair.
Tied to the chair.
Tied to the chair, and only one police officer and myself in a small room, without any recordings, without any lawyer's presence.
During the trial, the Fisheries Agency said it was perfectly legal for crew members to take home souvenirs of whale meat for their private use. But that wasn't what they had said earlier, when Sato had rung the agency to check the official policy.
商業捕鯨時代にですね、例えばその船員さんがお土産として持ち帰るっていうのがあったみたいなお話を聞いたことあるんですけど、そういうことって今調査捕鯨では基本的にないですよね。ないですね。そうですよね。
極めて限られてますからですね。
そうですよね。もういわゆる公的な芸肉という形でやってるわけですよね。
そうです。
By the time of the trial, somehow the agency had changed its story, and now the activists had become the supposed thieves.